Welcome everyone to this week's edition of the ABR Weekend Preview. Back to normal proceedings this week, Aaron. We're out in the office getting ready for a big weekend of harness and thoroughbred action at Morphettville and wider.
Yeah, really good to kick off at Morphettville tomorrow with 2 runners on Saturday, and then the week sort of takes a little bit of a pause until Tuesday, and then Wednesday we get to the Vicbred Super Series, first of the heats for the 2-year-olds with 4 runners there. We'll talk on, Nathan, but get into the action for tomorrow. Yeah,
very exciting. It's right in the middle of the Spring Carnival. We've got Melbourne Cup Day next Tuesday, but we'll kick it off at Morphettville this Saturday. 2 runners. High Garden goes around for Wayne Mitchell in race 7 off a little bit of a freshen up. I think she's been saved from this race, having the races being abandoned last Saturday, Aaron.
Yeah, we did pull her out of the race anyway, thinking the rain was coming. It was the right decision. So she was, here. We just hope the rain doesn't come early this week, but I think there is rain forecast for Saturday night, but going around at 3:22. Hopefully we dodge that. Drawn beautifully, gate 3, down low, back to the 1,600 metres. She's right in it. There's been a couple key scratchings. Horses come out, Bad Detective and Castlefield Flyer, which were well in the market, so that shortens her opening quote up, so certainly one of the major players.
I reckon if she brought her absolute best, she'd be right in this, and as we said, hoping for the good ground there, as that's where her 2 wins have been on. And then we move on one race later. Stable favourite Tano Rocket goes around after his really, really good first up run. He's $8 in the market currently. Stubby goes aboard again.
Yeah, he's second up. He's been really, really good. All prep, really. He's only, when I say all prep, working up towards going to the races for Grand Syndicates. He was great first up. Unlucky not to win. Just got beat by one that came out of nowhere. So look, he brings his best 40. He probably goes close. He's the each way price. He's not certainly tipping him, but I think the way he ran first up, he's going to really appreciate this sort of race tomorrow.
I wouldn't mind tipping him. I reckon he'll run really, really well. He was terrific first up, as you said, did everything but win and prepping up really nicely. So if he can overcome that gate and we've got the man on board for the job, Tano Rocket looks a really good chance to break through for his first win for us on Saturday.
I do think, though, he's one of your favourites. So I think if he dropped out and ran last at any stage, you'd tip him the following week as well for no other reason. You'd quickly forgive him. So, hard to... But no, he's well. For those that follow social media, you'll see a piece that's probably gone out Friday night, that a feature on him, a morning with Tano Rocket, and you can just see he's in great order. His coat's glowing. He's hopefully in for a good prep and can continue to build through tomorrow.
Yeah, I do love Tano. Then we move on. Melton Saturday night, one we're very familiar with here. This is now going harness side. We've got No Not the Buttons, very well named, Aaron.
Yeah, that's named after me, thanks to Jamie Dernberger Smith. But look, this horse well in the market, $3.50, drawn barrier 2, open race, metro grade. This is probably his, I think, last start before he heads to Tassie for the Golden Apple, which is a stand-start event down there. There's heats into a final for Group 3. Deserves to break through again. 1-2 starts ago. A few things went wrong in the run last time, but look, he's right in it.
Then we move over to Queensland. We've got I'm a Queen Bee, $5.50 chance in race 5 at Albion Park Saturday night. Going really well, the horse. We say this just about every week. They bowl around every week, but Pete McMullen goes aboard. Looking for another win. Hoping for something like that on Saturday, Aaron?
Yeah, she's just a horse that doesn't make her own luck. She needs to sort of be driven with one run, as we've seen, and sort of races have to be run to suit around her. So look, 3 on the second row will play into the hands of the horse in front of us, Credulous. Draw barrier 2, it's probably the leader, and $2.20 favourite as a respect over the short trip. So look, if the race was run right, she's right in it, but needs things to go her way. $5.50, I'll watch.
Do we want to move back to the Thoroughbreds Tuesday Melbourne Cup Day? That's probably chronologically where we want to head.
Yeah, but a few tough draws there. No set opinions yet, and probably we can skim over the 4 runners just quickly, but probably interesting to see how much rain hits over the weekend and into Tuesday, just with a few of their draws. We've got a couple barrier 1s, a barrier 14 in there. A little bit going on, so couldn't categorically tell you who runs and who doesn't yet, with forecast around over the weekend potentially. Could be 4, could be 2, could be none, but we'll probably make those decisions closer to.
So the 4 runners we speak of are Utah, Navy Gold, There Goes My Hero, and Don't Doubt Layla. Who of those 4 would be hoping for some rain?
Probably none of them. No, no. There goes my hero. Probably he goes in soft conditions. Interesting little draw for him. But then Navy Gold's okay. Probably better on top of the ground though. We've found that he doesn't like wet tracks, and we'd probably be reluctant if we got any moisture to sort of kick him off. Utah's forms on good tracks, and don't doubt Layla Barrier 14. Not ideal there. So. Look, we'll just have to see. I couldn't think a horse like Utah's running really well. If you got a good 4-track, and first time out 1800, it'd be hard to sort of go past him. The best of those 4. Navy Gold's kicking off at 1200. He's going to need further than that to be getting back in the winner's circle for the connections there. And there goes my hero. Was really good first up at a shorter trip. Second up at 1200, just whether he needs a little bit further, but building out. Probably horses in as good an order as we've had him. And don't doubt Layla won her trial, but can't see her leading or going forward from barrier 14 over the 1200.
No. There's a few horses there heading in the right direction. Hopefully Tuesday's their day, but if it's not, they'll be saved for a race they can certainly win. Outside of that, Aaron, now exciting day at Bendigo Wednesday. I'm just going to handball this straight to you because you're going to be the guru here, and I'll just sit and listen.
Now we've got the start of the Vicbred over the next 3 weeks. The Vicbred Super Series for the Pacers over with Emma Stewart's what we live and breathe for, these big race meetings and the Group 1s. But the Tuesday night, the heats for the 2-year-olds. So we've got 2-year-old Colts and Girl, 2-year-old Colts in Shoreline Dream and Not Guilty in respective heats. Both of them out the draw at the moment. They galloped out the gate last time, so they're penalised for a start or two. And then in the fillies division, we got Poppy Lane and Hilltop Blossom just recently both headed over. So both interesting draws for those two inside the second row. But really nice fillies. Wouldn't surprise me to see one of them put their hand up in the heat and in the final, but it's a very strong series and all sort of drawn the back row. We'll have to have things go their way, but it's these races that we want to be a part of.
And you excited to see your boy Not Guilty hopefully redeem himself out of the gates on next week?
Yeah, I've got a bit riding on that, don't I? I've got a fair bit of credibility, to be fair, on that with my judgment. So, look, hopefully Clayton and Emma prove me right at some stage.
Anything else outside of that, Aaron? We've got some exciting runners coming up in the stable that we're to look forward to in the coming weeks, and we've had some horses trialling this week and some good results over the weekend across the board. Anything else I've mentioned that we should give a shout out to before we wrap up this week?
No, looking forward to next weekend. Obviously, Shady Thinker second up. We've spoke about him as our sort of marquee or pin-up horse for the stable, so potentially heads to Rose Hill next Saturday. So we could be doing this from a breakfast bar on Saturday in Sydney, Nathan.
Can only
next
hope.
week if the barrier gods are favourable to us. But he had a gallop at Angaston this morning, reverse way. Really pleased with him. He'll be nominated. We'll accept, and if we draw anywhere favourably or nice and handy, the vehicle will be in motion and en route to Sydney on Wednesday morning.
Absolutely. I'll be very much looking forward to that. And if your good self and any others want to be there, it could be an absolutely massive weekend. Really looking forward to that and looking forward to the runners this weekend. A best across the card, Thoroughbred and Harness, Aaron? Across the next... How many days will we preview?
One of each code.
Yeah, go on. I'll go Tano Rocket.
I knew you'd say Tano Rocket.
Well, I'm not going to... Yeah, okay. He's an easy one to like.
High Garden if the rain doesn't come. So High Garden. And I hope she does win for Wayne Mitchell and Pipeline and Bloodstock. And Paces... Ooh.
Tricky one, this. Because you might... I don't know. It'll be interesting. There's a few... Like you said, there's a bit of credibility on the line with a few of these. What about...
Hilltop Blossom.
You think so? The homebred?
Hilltop Blossom.
That'd be an awesome result. I was chatting to your dad this morning, Pete, and he's absolutely pumped to have a runner over there. So, looking forward to that. I don't need to chime in on the harness side. I'd just be making a mug of myself even more. But, looking forward to this weekend, as I said, and we'll touch base again next week with another update, hopefully from abroad would be ideal. But thanks for your time, Aaron, and all the best with the runners this weekend to owners, your good self, and hopefully everyone gets around safely.
Thank you. All the best, owners, and we'll be in touch next week.
Cheers.